A teacher's first prerequisite is elasticity, to be able to stretch beyond the grip of time. To tie yourselves to tomorrow with a lecture, you will not be here long, but what you have to say will. All these textbooks are not just books, they are grimoires. The curriculum is a spell, and every lecture is an incantation to transform these students from apprentices to maestros. What an honor to be a time traveler, to transcend the margins of lecture rooms and arrive in futures we may never witness 100 years from today. A young boy will board a vessel bound for Mars. By then, he will have learned how to borrow breath from foreign planets, how to persuade thin air to become thick enough for lungs to digest inside his colossal mind. A slideshow of people gathered in this very room will be playing. Some from stories passed down from professor to professor, some from lecture recordings still breathing on the immortal YouTube, some from papers published decades before he was born, their pages gathering dust or rustling oblivion, some from research being gathered as we speak, some from potential projects which will begin, stumble and fail, and he will gather all these fragments, these lectures, these failures, these attempts, these footnotes, these journals, these proposals, and there, in that mess, in that congestion of excellence, a universal mystery will be untangled. All because someone chose to teach. Someone chose to fund. Someone chose to support. Someone chose to ask, to argue, to adapt, to change. All this to say, ladies and gentlemen, what you do matters. You are therefore obligated to treat every encounter with a student as a singular, unique event. Brains are not manufactured in bulk. Education is the only sport where every student deserves to win. It is paramount. It is paramount to teach according to the times, to feed according to the specifications of each mouth. It is futile to feed with a pipe when the mouth can only feed a teaspoon. You are not in the business of teaching for regurgitation, but rather for digestion and absorption. A young girl from Gwanongoma will engineer nanobots that would have the potency to reverse aging and excavate the roots of viruses from the human genome. At first, her invention will be considered an abomination, pure heresy. But lecturers are groomers of wizards, are they not? Without your helping hand, you're adjusting to the everlasting change. The future is inconsequential. Help us. Please, help us.